We want to be proactive. We want to do something together, the state attorney's office with the districts, to try and address things like substance abuse and violence.
Today is the first day of school, and school superintendents from Flagler County and 3 neighboring districts are working together to make schools safer.
Flagler County School Superintendent LaShaka Moore vowing to work together with her counterparts from St. Johns, Volusia, and Putnam counties.
All 4 school districts, we work together to identify circuit-wide consequences and education that will be provided in each of our schools, so that, again, as we together address a common issue, we address it with common consequences as well as common educational opportunities for our students.
State Representative Paul Renner calling the partnership an example of proactive leadership.
We didn't have a shooting here, but they're going ahead and acting because they see that there are problems simmering underneath the surface in all these areas of identified goals. So the goal, I hope, here is to make those smaller problems today remain small and go away and not become large problems of addiction, of gun violence and other things, and God forbid, a school shooting. 7th Judicial Circuit State Attorney R.J. Larizza says his office will support the effort.
You know, the state attorney's office wanted to be involved with offering internships or externships, and also to come into the schools and communicate and talk to the students about, you know, the consequences for behavior or criminal behavior, and also the opportunities that await them as they embark upon, you know, their journey to become adults and participate in our communities and in society.
The initiative identified 3 pillars to achieving success: education, awareness, and accountability. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Daryl Moody.
Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Monday, August 12th. With the school year beginning today, Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley has this message for the community.
Reminding drivers that school is about to start, and you can help keep our students safe if you remember your ABCs. Always be careful when driving. There will be more students walking and riding bicycles to school, and our school zones will again be busy with children crossing roads. So do your part to keep our community safe and our children safe going to school. Remember your ABCs.
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. A historic groundbreaking in Flagler County today.
Known as the Nexus Center, a multi-purpose facility to house both a new library and the county's Health and Human Services Department off Central Commerce Parkway, will be across from the Flagler County Sheriff's Operations Center. The nearly 5-acre site for the center was purchased in 2020. Jim Ulsimer, chairman of the Flagler County Public Library Board of Trustees.
When the main library was built in 2001, it was 49,000 people in the county. Now we're over 130,000. Huge expansion out west. Ideal location on Commerce Parkway, a building that people will want to go to.
The joint facility will also accommodate the Health and Human Services Department and services like congregate meals for seniors and community rooms. Flagler County Commissioner Dave Sullivan breaks down the cost.
We're not having to bond this library. It's actually paid for out of 2024's budget. This does not have to go into the future. And I want to point out that Holly has been a tiger over the years in getting us grants from the state. She got this $4 million grant. Is a true feather in her cap, and then a lot of the money out of the general fund. She also is the person who set up our passport service, so $815,000 towards this library is coming from the profits.
Another $800,000 was made available through the Florida Division of Emergency Management Disaster Recovery Program to cover costs for Code Plus design and construction elements. Additionally, $750,000 was provided from the library impact fees that the county now generates. Plus, Flagler County has another $9.1 million earmarked for this project. The groundbreaking ceremony is happening today at 10 a.m. For Flagler's Local Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
More than 10 million Floridians will go to the polls this election season.
Professor Dr. Joe Saviak said on a recent episode of the Business Report here on WNZF that voters will have a full ballot to consider.
President, all of the United States House, 1/3 of the U.S. Senate, half of the state Senate, all of the state House, county and city commissions.
Saviak said that in Flagler County, the sheriff, the tax collector, the property appraiser, the clerk of courts, and the supervisor of elections were all elected without opposition, so they will not be on the ballot. The Business Report is on WNZF Saturday mornings at 10, and it's on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, know before you go to the polls on August 20th. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.
And now, Mike Lee Show with your WNZF local sports update.
School is back in session today, which means fall sports season has begun. Volleyball season begins Thursday night. The Matanzas Pirates are coming off a school record 21 wins a year ago and will be led by Georgia commit Rylan Miller. They open the season against the alma mater St. Augustine Wednesday. Thursday, the Lindsey Stewart era begins for FPC at Mainland. High school kickoff classics are just 4 days away. Friday, FPC will host Deltona at 7. Coach Daniel Fish says his team has taken advantage of the full offseason.
Much further along than any point last year in spring, summer, or fall. I think these guys were really upset with the result of last year, and we felt like we could have done much better, and we're excited to bounce back and show everybody that we're a great program. We're one of the best programs in the area. We believe we can be one of the best in the state.
Matanzas will travel to Orange City to face University Friday night. Coach Matt Forrest on his expectations as he begins season 5 as the coach of the Pirates.
It's a preseason game. I want to play somebody who's really going to challenge us. Kind of put our guys in a really tough situation to start the year and see how we handle it. I think it tells you a lot about your team and your program when you go against mainlands and universities and some of the teams that have had very successful stints around here.
WNZF will be your home for football all season long, starting with the Pirates regular season opener at home against Bishop Kenny August 23rd and the Bulldog opener August 30th at Lake Howell in Winter Park. Listen here and on the Flagler radio app. Watch on the WNZF Facebook page and the Flagler radio YouTube channel. Tune in Saturdays at 7:30 a.m. to the Rich and Mike Sports Show for post-game coverage including analysis and interviews. In addition, WNZF will be your home for the Jacksonville Jaguars on game day all season long, beginning with the regular season opener in Miami on September 8th. Last night, they hosted the Kansas City Chiefs in their preseason opener. Jags win 26-13. Next up on the exhibition schedule, Tampa Bay comes to Jacksonville Saturday at 7:30. Matanzas High School will begin interviews this week to replace outgoing boys basketball coach Henry Robinson, who took over the Pine Ridge program last week. This is your home for local sports, with updates Mondays and Fridays. From the WNZF Sports Desk, I'm Mike Lucio.